Hello Lolas, I am here with Puck Santana and I'm going to get him changed and I'm going to do a requested video on some of the do's and don'ts with silicone babies. One of my dolly friends from Facebook, I believe, have purchased their first silicone baby to be painted, and they were like, can I do do's and don'ts on silicone babies, because they've had so many different people saying different things. And so I'm going to try to give it my spin. Keep in mind that definitely if you have a particular painter that you use, definitely go by what they tell you, because they know what they're painting with. They know how they paint. And so if they tell you not to do something and you got your baby from them, then it's probably best that you don't, because then they know if their stuff is made to last through whatever. Before I get started, guys, would you please go ahead, please, everybody come to the front of the row. Click the subscribe button. Okay, you can go back, sit down. No, come back. Click the thumbs up, ring the bell. You can ring my bell. Ring my bell. Okay, anyway. So, child, I know it myself with that introduction. But anyway, so Puck is actually Equiflex 20. He is poured by Claire Teller, and he's painted by Claire Teller and rooted by Claire Teller. He is sculpted by Lillian Brieville. So he's a very quality made baby. But, however, just for the record, for those that may not know, I've had babies from all different levels. Beginner artists with silicone. Some artists that people thought were laughable. I had their babies in my collection and actually enjoyed them. So I probably, you look years back and you'll see some of those babies. And I treated them just like they were Claire Teller babies, because that's what I do. I love my babies if I pick them out. Anyway, 2 minutes deep and I haven't said not one thing we should do. Okay. Number one, always handle them like they're real babies. I mean, I don't see why that should be as hard, but then there are some things that you do with real babies that you can't do with them. So I say, if you're going to do baths, don't do them every day. The babies are not getting dirty, they're not sweating, they're not really eating or pooping, so they don't need a bath every day. I say maybe twice a year. If you want to do it a little more often than that, don't do it more than once a month. And I say do the bath with a rinse. You don't take the washcloth and scrub. You can take the, washcloth and squeeze it and rinse off their body. Mainly the bath is really to get off any fuzzies or any pieces of lint or hair stuck to them, that type thing. Or dust if you're starting to sit, I know. So you would just do a rinse. I really don't put any soap in the bath, but a lot of people say you can use Johnson & Johnson, like maybe 1 or 2 drops in the water just for the smell. What I do is I use baby powder spray cologne on my baby's clothes. I spray it on their clothes while they're hanging and let it dry out before I even put it on my baby. That's what I do if I want to have the baby scent on them. Otherwise, I don't use anything as far as cologne stuff goes. Lately, people have been sending the KY with the babies to do the nipples on the bottles or pacifiers, and it helps it glide in really easy. But the best part is that instead of using the powder, it doesn't use the little powder film. However, every now and then, some of the KY builds up, and he has like a little bit right here in his mouth, and it turns into this little, let me see if you guys can see it. There it is. It's like this little gel. Like, it turns into this little, like, almost like a little booger. You guys do that. I know you do that when you're digging up your nose driving down the road. But anyway, that's your problem. But yeah, you just have to, you know, get that out. You could take a little Q-tip if you want, wet it, and wipe in the mouth if you want. And clean it out every now and then. There's really not a whole lot different. You want to make sure you don't lay them on anything like keys or anything hard. And, you know, like I said, if you're going to give them a bottle or something like that, you know, put you a little bit of KY or powder, 100% cornstarch powder. Most people like to do all different types of scents and stuff like that. Unscented is probably better. Some people say don't powder it. Some people say you can powder it. I used to powder my babies. I did feel that with certain artists, matting, it made it eventually start to get shiny or stuff like that. But some people, silicone did just fine with baby powder. But of course now, like everything else, they say it's bad for them. But the KY makes it slide in, you know. So that is that if you want to role play, you know, give bottles, or especially if it's a drinking wet baby, and you want to just, you know, not have to hold the mouth and the jaw and all that stuff. Back in the day, before all of that, we would squeeze the little jaw a little bit and then put it in and stuff like that. So it's, you know, whatever you feel comfortable with. I really, deep down, I have a kind of feeling about the KY. I don't really like it a whole lot. But I use it because it works, but I don't use it that often. But then I don't give my babies pacifiers or feed them as often as I used to. When you're getting them dressed, like when you first start dealing with your silicone baby, it is very natural for you to be like afraid of everything. That's just like when you have a new baby, a real new baby, you're gonna be afraid of everything. Like, don't force your baby in certain positions. Like, Pup can't do the, like, you know how I like to lay my babies and do this little froggy look. Like, I like to do the froggy position where I take their legs. Well, he can't really go into that position. So you don't want to try to force it, because that's when you end up with rips and tears and stuff. You want to do stuff that they naturally will kind of go into. You'll find and learn your babies and find where the stress points are that you don't want to do. And the stress points are little places where it's likely to tear, like behind the legs, under the arms, you know. So when you're, you know, like when you're getting them dressed and stuff like that, take your time until you get comfortable doing it. I can kind of do it a little bit more easy because I've been doing it for a while. But, you know, you always pull on the clothes, not the doll, when you're dressing them. Hair products, stick to water if your baby got bad hair, and don't have good edges. I would use like a little bit of fabric softener water, not a whole lot of fabric softener, but just I use like maybe a drop or two in some water, and it'll kind of look like this because I have these. So you could use that, or you could use straight water. The fabric softener, to me, keeps it detangled and all that great stuff. I mean, it is mohair. When you're spraying it, try not to spray it on the... Oh, my alarm is going off. Try not to spray it on the actual baby. Sometimes you can do this if you want to, or you can spray it on the brush and then do this, and it'll still try to be careful not to get it on like their little ears and stuff like that. But I've used it. I've got it on my baby before, I won't lie. And I have not had any issues with any of my baby's paint or anything like that as long as they were in my possession. So Puck is here. He's been here for 2 years, and all of his paint is still, as you can see, on him. All my other babies still have all their paint, but you know, when you go to start putting like coconut oils and just for me and just for your mama type sprays and all that, these babies ain't got no hair follicles. They don't have no roots. They don't need their scalp greased because they don't really have a scalp. They have silicone. So all that putting suffrate, sitting it down, greasing it before you braid it down and all that, whatever y'all be doing, don't do it. It's not real. It's not gonna grow. It don't need vitamin C and aloe and all that great stuff. I mean, seriously, people, don't do that. All the oily products and stuff, you don't lotion them. You know, that's basic stuff that you would think was common sense, but sometimes people try crazy things, and I'm like, I don't know what made you think that that was okay, but that's a no. But I say enjoy your baby to the fullest. I can't spend the money that I spend and not be able to enjoy my babies. A lot of people say if you spend that much money, I would be scared to do this and I would be scared to do that. No, when I spend that much money, I actually feel more confident in handling my most expensive dolls than some of the cheaper ones because I know the quality of them. And I feel like they're better quality babies a lot of times, and I know they're okay. Like, I can sit and wipe him down with alcohol and his paint is not going to come off. But some people, silicone, you can't do that. If it's not cured properly and such, it just probably won't happen. And that's why when I was painting my reborn, my silicone baby, I did alcohol my baby in between times to make sure that the paint was staying. I don't know if that was right or wrong, but that's what I did. I cleaned it a couple times because I wanted to make sure that the paint was curing properly and I was doing it right. So I didn't want to paint a layer on top of a layer that wasn't cured. But anyway, that's a whole nother subject. Or not a subject because I don't know enough to be telling anything about painting. But taking care of my babies, I do. Don't force anything in the mouth. You want to show the tongue and all that. You know, people have a habit of wanting to show their people. Don't let people be pulling all over your baby's mouth and stuff like that. You can gently look inside if you want to and everything. And just for the record, Puck has the best painted mouth out of all the babies I've ever had from Claire Taylor. I love the way inside his mouth is painted. And he has a smaller mouth. So it's really, really, really cool. But his gums and everything, man, it's amazing. Well, I don't know, my Zoe, the first Zoe I had, I really liked the inside of her mouth too. It was kind of crowded, but I thought it was pretty realistic. But his mouth is amazing. I love his tongue color and everything. Anyway, I love Puck. So this is actually one of those little premium pacifiers, and I got the clear, and so I've been giving him a clear one because it's really little and it's not gonna leave a gap. Oh, that's the other thing. Don't leave pacifiers sitting in your baby mouth if it has a closed mouth, because it'll leave your baby mouth kind of gapped open over time because you've had it, propped open with the pacifier. So pacifiers are for pictures, for a short period of time, but you have to remove them unless they have an open mouth, and it's not going to really matter if you leave it in there. No to latex. A lot of people are doing this. I really frown on artists that even send blank kits home with latex pacifiers in the mouth. The latex may cause the paint not to cure, and they say, oh, that's fine after it's painted and everything, just go ahead and do it. But what if your baby needs a touch up or something like that? It's going to be very hard for the artist to go back and try to fix it. So no latex. Latex are cute. They have cute pacifiers. I just bought a whole bunch of pacifiers with latex, but I bought them to clip the nipple for my reborns. I've had them in the same place, like latex pacifiers with my silicone pacifiers, And the latex pacifier actually turned my other silicone pacifier yellow. So why would you want to put that on your doll? That's all I'm saying. I'm trying to think anything else. I would do room temperature water or cool water for baths. I don't think you're supposed to do hot, steamy baths for the silicone. I think I heard something about the temperature, but I don't really get into all that. I just do room temperature and call it a day. That's it. Their hair is not sealed. I don't pull in it roughly. Get you a real loose, you know, baby brush or comb. I actually now like the goat hair brushes for the real fine hair, like pucks on this around the edges and stuff. I like that. I've actually been liking that for that. And yeah, I can't think of anything else at the moment. But yeah, so I hope that answers some of your questions. But most of all, like I said before, enjoy your money that you spent. If you have any doubts about something, don't do it. You can ask a question before you do it. But yeah, real tight fitted clothes, I don't do that either. You know, if you got to force the clothes on them, just stop. Get a whole new outfit. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.